crafty friends. Welcome to Stamping Simply with Maria. It's Maria Robinson. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! Here in the United States. So today is my last day in the series for the Calming Camellia stamp set. I'm sad to say, but I won't be able to use it anymore as a demonstrator. Well, I can in my own personal cards, but I can't show videos on it. So I'm sad to see it go, but I am excited for one of you to win the stamp set, and I appreciate you placing those orders with me. Thank you. Today is the last day that you can place an order to be eligible to win the stamp set. Remember, you'll need to place a $30 before shipping and tax order in my online store by 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time in order to be eligible to win the stamp set. And then on Tuesday, April 12th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I will go on live. So check back for that at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, as I said. And I'll draw a winner. So I'm so excited about that. That'll be my first live. And a little nervous about it. I haven't done one of those before, but it'll get my feet wet. Anyway, today I'm going to show you a very easy card to make. It's very basic. Perfect for the beginner stamper, but it's my last one for the Calming Camellia. So I hope you enjoy it and give it a try. Hang on and we'll turn the camera down. In today's video, I wanted to show you how to make a very easy card using the Calming Camellia. Last night I was playing around a little with it, so I wanted to try it with a bunch of different colors. Just this one here is using the polished pink, I believe. Yes, polished pink. And I stamped the image that way. Then with the watercolor pencils, I highlighted the areas here which are white. And I also did the same on the leaves. I did, let's see, I have a cheat sheet back here. So the flower petals with the white watercolor pencil, the leaves were done with the Old Olive watercolor pencil, and then the stem was done with Early Espresso. And I just colored over it and then went over it with the blender pen to just blend it out a little. And I was, a little, pretty proud with it. Not crazy, but it looks good. Then I did one with Fresh Freesia. This one's a little more pronounced with the colors. Like you can really see the green here, the Old Olive, and the white picking up on this one as well. And same thing I did on this one here, I think. Yes. Now this one happened by accident. I didn't like the way I stamped the image. I think I used mint macaron for the entire image, and I wasn't crazy about it. So then I said, oh, you know what? Let me use my Stampin' Right markers to color the stamp, actually. And that's how I achieved this. So I used, again, I'm not sure what color I used, but I used I think it might have been Magenta Madness. They were the colors that are retiring soon. So the Magenta Madness and Just Jade is how I did this. And the stem was done in Cinnamon Cider. So I was pretty happy with the way that turned out. Although I tried to reproduce it again, it wouldn't come out the same way. So maybe those aren't the colors I use, not sure. But I do plan to put these all on a card base though. I'm not going to get rid of them. I like them either way. Now this one here, I used Misty Moonlight. And again, I went over with the white watercolor pencil, the Just Jade watercolor pencil, and then this was done in Early Espresso, and I blended it out with the blender pen. This was done on shimmer white paper. This was done on basic white, and then this is Crumb Cake and Sahara Sand. And you get different looks depending on what paper you use. And then, let
on a couple of these. No, I didn't. I was going to say I thought I added the Wink of Stella, but I didn't. It just looks, and you can't see it on the camera, but it looks shimmery because of the paper. This is shimmery white paper that I use for that. Now, my favorite of those is this one here, and this is stamped on Sahara Sand cardstock. I stamped the image with basic gray, and then I did the flower petals with white watercolor, the leaves with the old olive, and the stem with the early espresso. And again, I use the same blender pen to do that. So with this one, I think this one really turned out pretty. So I'm very happy with that. So for today's card, I already stamped the image. And I stamped it in basic gray. And this is cut at, of course I don't have my ruler here. I don't remember. I think this was cut at 3.5 by 4 3/4. Let's see. Yeah, 3.5 by 4 3/4. Right? Yes, 4 3/4, because I want to do a lot of layering with this. So I have a card base, which is 8.5 by 11, scored at 4 1/4. Then I have the inner pieces. I have basic gray and shimmer white. And then for the outer pieces, I have, again, basic gray, which is cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4. Then another shimmer white layer, which is 3 3/4 by 5. And lastly, the image, which is cut 3.5 by 4 3/4. And I wanted to show you how I achieved the look with the watercolor pencils. So let's do that first. So basically, these are the watercolor pencils, and you just color in the white areas here, just softening it up. Oops, I think I just broke the point a little, pressing too hard. And you really don't need to press hard, just, you know, keep coloring till you get the achieved look. But once you do the blender pen, you'll notice how it changes. But I'm just going on all the white areas with the watercolor pencil. And we'll do this down here, which I always, I think of it as a leaf, but it's not. It's another petal down here. But I think this is a leaf here. So we'll make that green. All right, so that's for the white. And we'll bring in the old olive, and we'll do the leaves. And I like to do the dark area of the leaves. And then with the blender pen, let that do all the work. I think I might have missed a white spot here. I could have also just left this in the basic gray. You don't have to color it. I'm just opting to color it in because I enjoy it. It's relaxing. A little more up here. I think we're done. This. Okay, and then we'll bring in the early espresso for the stem. All right, now we can do the blending. And I like to start with the lighter color, so I'm going to start with white. And I know my pen looks pink, but the color won't transfer onto the card. I'll just show you that on the scrap paper that I have here. So like I said, we'll start with the white and just blend out. And what happens is the basic gray is also blending as well a little. Now I let this dry overnight. I think it's very important that you allow for drying time with the inks because they're water soluble. It can get messy and bleed, and you don't want that. And you can always go back and just, you know, put more highlights if you want. With the white watercolor pencil if you want to make it more pronounced. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. There we go. Okay. And just wipe that off when you're done on a piece of scrap paper. And then next we'll do the Old Olive. So taking from the dark area that I colored in, I'm spreading it to the lighter side. And you have to add a little more Old Olive here. There we go. And you could keep layering the watercolors onto the paper. Just be careful though, because if you keep blending too much, the paper will start to pill because it's not watercolor paper. It's just shimmery gray. Although I think shimmery white is a little more forgiving than the basic white cardstock. It has like this sheen to it, and I think it just makes it adhere a lot better. But you could see how I'm taking off the green, which, you know, we're going to be doing the early espresso, so it didn't matter too much. Just come in here on the early espresso and do the same thing. Blend it out. So, and that's it for the coloring. And bring that up close so you could see a little better. Looks pretty, I think so. All right, now it's time to put it together. Let me zoom out. All right, there we go. So first I'll adhere the pieces on the inside. Before I do that, I like to stamp a little element in here. But do I have my blocks? Yes, I have a block right here. I'm going to use the Old Olive. Scrap paper again. And I'm using the shimmer paper on the inside, as I said. turn the paper around and we'll do one on the top part. Like so. All right. Clean this up. And this is going, the shimmery white is going on the basic gray. And I see I smudged the ink a little bit, but I don't think that'll show up because we'll put, that's what the greeting's going to go in here. And this is where you can write your sentiment or, you know, write a little note. I know we're so into technology now, you know, but I still love to read cards and letters that I get from people. You know, I'll sit down in the morning with a cup of tea while I'm having my breakfast and I just read all my messages and everything from everybody. So I still enjoy that. I know a lot of people don't do that anymore because we're so into technology and instant gratification that, you know, you just do text messaging. But I really enjoy getting a card in the mail. And if somebody sends me a handmade card like this, all the better. I really like that. And, you know, to me, it just shows that they cared enough to send the very best. And now I sound like the Hallmark commercial. Right? Isn't that what the slogan was? When you care enough to send the very best? So, but this is a Maria Robinson commercial. All right. Now, before I adhere this shimmer white piece, I'm going to punch an area from the center here that I'll use for the greeting. And this is just a safe paper. Nobody's going to see this because another layer is going on top. Now we did that, we can add some glue. Sure I don't get it on my hand. Nobody will ever know that you cut something from the center there. Then this piece will go on top. We'll put that on with dimensionals. Before I do that, I want to stamp a greeting. I think I'm going to say, "You're in my thoughts today." That should fit there nicely. Yes. And I'm using basic gray for the sentiment. Sure that comes out okay. Good. All right, then we'll just stamp that right here. Oops. There we go. You know, now that I'm looking at it, I don't know if I like that. It's covering up too much of the card, so I may not do that. All right, let's put this on dimensionals anyway. I want to add a good number of dimensionals on here. good amount, I should say. So I think what I'm going to do is just cut these off the corners and just make it straight. When you're cutting something small like this, you want to cut from bottom to top, so otherwise the paper is going to move on you. And do the same thing on the other side here. And I think I'll use You Make Me Smile instead. Because as I said, I felt that it was taking up too much of the image, more than I wanted to take up. It's not going to be too big though. I think that'll fit just perfect. And if it doesn't, we can always do it again. I try to make sure I clean my images right away. We're going to have to go on an angle. All right. Let's get the basic gray again. All right, now hold your breath. Let's see if I can get this on straight and where I want it. Like I said, if not, I think it takes up too much. All right, let's just get another piece out. There we go. And I'm just cleaning it with my simple chamois off camera. Trim a little off the top here. And if you're wondering why I'm using the cutter to do this, it's because I don't cut straight. And this allows me to be straighter with my cutting. Another option would be to just kind of fussy cut around the words, which I have been known to do that. But I didn't want that look today. So we'll add that here. Now I was thinking of doing something interesting with the ribbon. I wanted to wrap it around my fingers a few times. And then just kind of like see how that would look. Maybe we should just tie it in the center like a bow, like so, and put that underneath. Yeah, I'll do that. All right, I think I'm going to do that. Wrap this around a few times. Then I'll take that piece. I think I should have left it on my fingers. don't know if I can get that through now. I cut it too small, so now it's going to be nearly impossible for me to tie it, but we'll try. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, we'll start all over again. And if it doesn't work, then I'll just do something else. You know what? I'm going to do it this way. So all right, now I got it. Get some glue dots. All right. Just might take your pick tool, pick up these glue dots here. Again, the glue dots that I'm using are from a paper pumpkin kit. That's why they're on that little sheet like that. All right, now we can put this down. And we'll adhere that with some glue and some dimensionals. It's a perfect time to use one of these corner pieces here. As I've said in previous videos, it's always nice to have these pieces for strips of little sentiments such as this. Put some glue on the other side. Like so. And we'll add some of my favorite brushed brass butterflies. I'm so glad these were carried over into the new catalog, which will be coming out May 3rd. I'm very excited about that. I hope you are as well. Put another one down on the bottom. I had thought about using the classic matte dots, but I think I like the butterflies better. And there you have it. Fairly quick and easy card to make. Zoom in a little bit and see a little better. Sparkly. So let me bring in the cards that I did this week. So we have this one here, which was done with Bumblebee and Cinnamon Cider. This one here was done with Just Jade. And these are retiring colors, the Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade, and Bumblebee. And then I have this one, which was done with Evening Evergreen. Another beautiful card. And then today's card. So I hope you enjoyed these cards that I made the past few days. And again, I appreciate you using me as your demonstrator and purchasing from me. If you have any questions about purchasing anything, please feel free to reach out to me. Today, like I said, is the last day to place an order to qualify for the Calming Camellia stamp set, which I'm giving away to one lucky winner just for placing a $30 before shipping and tax order with me. Again, you have until Monday, April 11th, which is tonight at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time to place an order and be eligible to be entered in the drawing that I will have on Tuesday live on my channel, Stamping Simply with Maria, Tuesday, April 12th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be going live. Guys, thanks again so much. I appreciate you watching, commenting, and choosing me as your demonstrator. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Until next time, bye-bye.